All right, we are here at Martinsville International Speedway with the BMRL Racing League Truck Series Playoffs Round 3, race number 2. Last race before we before we go to Phoenix and crown a champion. Got two drivers fighting for top 4 to go to Phoenix. Austin Hunn leading the points, William Gay second, Cole Larson third, Sean Happick fourth, Brandon Bowmaker and Chris Mayo tied for fifth, and then Adam Gardner seventh, Paul Gubic eighth. So all of those guys have a chance to punch their ticket to Phoenix. And if I'm not mistaken, Austin Hunn did last week, so William Gay, Cole Larson, Sean Happick, Brandon Bowmaker, Chris Mayo, Adam Gardner, and Paul Gubic all fighting for a spot in the round of 4. But thanks some sponsors real quick. We got CB Graphics, XP League, BMRL Paint Shop, BMRL Network, and always SymmetricsRacing.com. Go grab you one of the SD1s. I'm looking at mine right now. Awesome product. It tells you literally whatever you want to know while you're racing. Gets rid of all that clutter from overlays on your screen. But yeah, just use the code at the bottom left of your screen, Team BMRL, for 15% off and get you one and get to racing. But right now, William Gay on the top of the practice board by 8/1000ths of a second over Cole Larson. Got about 3.5 minutes till we start qualifying. Alright, so we starting qualifying here. See who goes on track first. Chris Mayo. Chris Mayo takes the green flag for his qualifying lap. Let's see what kind of laps he can put down. He's one of those drivers fighting for a spot in the final four. Cole Larson on the pole right now with Jeff Pepper second. Chris Mayo third, fourth now. Austin Hunn jumps to second. Tyler Jenkins to third. Paul Gubick fourth. And Chris messes his second lap up. Dustin Bloodworth taking his green flag lap. Dustin moves to fifth on his first lap. Todd Champ, Adam Gardner, Sean Happick, and Brandon Bowmaker on track right now. Sean jumps to eighth. Dustin Bloodworth slows down a little bit on his second lap. Sean Happick moves to eighth. I think I already said that. Brandon Bowmaker to ninth. Todd Champ 10th. Adam Gardner on his second lap. Brandon Bowmaker moves to fourth on his second lap. Adam Gardner moves to 10th on his second lap. Sean Cross, the only one right now to not qualify yet. Sean Cross about to hit the track. Good, buddy. How about you? Sean Cross takes the green flag for his first lap. Sean Cross moves to 13th on his first lap. And yeah, me too. 8 people trying to get 4 spots. Well, 3 spots really, because Austin Hunn already clocked his ticket to Phoenix. I believe I'm going to have to go with Tyler Jenkins this week. Chris is fast, and I believe he's going to make it into the playoffs, but I don't think he's confident in himself for this race. Yeah, Austin Hunn's already punched his ticket to go to Phoenix, so the sorry, I had to mute real quick, but William Gay, Cole Larson, Sean Happett, Brandon Bowmaker, Chris Mayo, Adam Gardner, and Paul Gubick all fighting for those final 3 spots in the playoffs to go to Phoenix to fight for the championship. But these guys are gridded up, all but looks like one was waiting on Dustin Bloodworth. Alright, so these guys are gridded up, rolling off. Got Austin Hunn on the pole, Cole Larson on the outside. The second row is going to be Tyler Jenkins and Brandon Bowmaker. Third row is going to be William Gay and Dustin Bloodworth. Fourth row is going to be Paul Gubick and Jeff Peppers. And then Sean Happick and Adam Gardner in your fifth row. Todd Champ and Chris Mayo in the sixth row. Seventh row will be Sean Cross and Ivan Deschamps. And then Jamie Prevost and Tim Darby will round out the field. Austin Hunn into turn one as your leader. Cole Larson still stuck on the outside. Tyler Jenkins will take that second spot. Well, actually, they're still side by side. Brandon Bowmaker fighting with Chris Mayo. And we've got a caution, sounds like. Or at least some. Go back and see what happens here. Tim Darby just goes in the corner and slings it around. So 5 laps and caution's out. Austin Hunn to be your leader still. Tyler Jenkins outside, or second place. William Gay third. Cole Larson fourth. Brandon Bowmaker fifth. Paul Gubick 6th, Dustin Bloodworth 7th, Adam Gardner 8th, Jamie Prevost 9th, and Sean Happick 10th. Todd Champ and Sean Happick on pit road. Chris Mayo and Brandon Bowmaker are trying to take, well, they're tied up, but they're trying to get that spot from Sean Happick. Right now, as they run, Brandon Bowmaker should be in, but also, but yeah, Brandon Bowmaker would be in right now. And Sean Happick out, more than likely. They are double foul. Double foul means we're going back green. Green flag in the air. Austin Hunt gets a big jump. Tyler Jenkins trying to get to the inside, and he does so far. William Gay right on Tyler Jenkins' bumper. Oh, and Jamie Prevost goes in the inside wall off of Chris Mayo's bumper. Try to go back and see what happens here. Jamie gets loose, gets a shot from Sean Cross, and then just wasn't clear. Comes down on Chris Mayo's bumper and catches Sean Happick and Todd Smith, or Todd Champ. I don't know where I got Smith from. Austin Hunt, still your leader. Last time we were here, he pretty much dominated this race until the end of it. Well, about middle ways, actually. So right now, Brandon Bowmaker 6th, Chris Mayo 10th, and Sean Happick 15th. So right now, like I say, the way they run, Brandon Bowmaker should be in the playoffs if they finish where they are right now. Alright, they double foul again. Come out of 4, they'll go, or come out of 4, they'll go back green. Austin Hunt, green flag out, gets a huge jump. Tyler Jenkins doesn't get to the bottom this time. William Gay will take that spot, as well as Cole Larson. And we're back yellow. Gotta go go back and see what happens here. Oh, Tim Darby comes in there hot and spins Sean Cross around it. Oh, and then slams him again. $14 laps down. Looks like Sean Cross got caught behind the pace car, but that's okay because he should get the wave around when they come to 1 to green. We got 205 laps left. Champ, Jeff Peppers, Jamie Prevost on pit road, Sean Happick as well. Not sure what's going on with Sean. I don't really see no damage. Not sure why he keeps coming to pit road. Unless he's got wheel damage. Don't see no front end damage. A little bit of rear damage. Not sure on this, but we shall see. Jeff Peppers stops, lets the field go by. Must have got caught a lap down. Next time around at the line, should see Sean Cross take off around the pace car and go get his lap back, catch the end of the field, and these guys should line up double file. Jeff Peppers, the only car or only truck a lap down right now. There goes Sean Cross. He'll go around and catch the end of the field. These guys will line up double file. Austin Hunt will be in the lead. William Gay will start on the outside. Cole Larson inside. Tyler Jenkins right behind William on the outside. And looks like they can't get them lined up here in the back of the pack. And Sean Cross ain't quite caught the field yet. Green flag in the air. Austin takes off. Cole Larson side by side with William Gay going into turn 1. Everybody jostling for position. Almost 3 wide. Going into turn 3. Austin Hunt still your leader after that lap. 20 down. William Gay trying to chase Austin down. Justin Bloodworth under Adam Gardner. And Chris Mayo trying to work his way through this field. Brandon Bowmaker. Oh! Brandon Bowmaker, the guy the driver he's tied up with in the points, is 2 spots ahead of him, 3 spots ahead of him. And Sean Happick is still back in the back of the pack. The driver there trying to take the 4th spot from him, so. Right now, if they finish the way they are running, Brandon Bowmaker would be in the playoffs. Or in the Final Four of the playoffs. Chris Mayo trying to work his way through there to get to him. And all Chris really needs to do is finish way ahead of Sean Happick and 1 spot ahead of Brandon Bowmaker. They're still battling out back here. Sean Happick trying to work his way back to up through the field. But up front, Cole Larson, William Gay in tow. No, good pit strategy. Bad circumstance got him at Kansas. All right, yellow flag is in the air. Tim Darby spins her out coming out of 2. Austin Hunn to still be your leader with William Gay 2nd. Cole Larson 3rd, Paul Gubick 4th, Brandon Bowmaker 5th, Tyler Jenkins 6th, Dustin Bloodworth 7th, Chris Mayo 8th, Adam Gardner 9th, Todd Champ 10th. So do we see these guys come to pit road here? They've been on track 30 laps. Not much green flag laps, to be honest with you, but do we see any pit strategy? Alright, these guys are lining up double file. Austin Hunn to bring them back to the green with William Gay beside him. Cole Larson and Paul Gubick on the 2nd row. Brandon Bowmaker and Tyler Jenkins on your 3rd row. And Austin Hunn takes off. Gets a good jump again. He'll have the lead going into turn 1. Cole Larson under William Gay for the second spot. Paul Gubick and Brandon Bowmaker fighting for fourth. They 3 wide back here in the back. Oh, Lord. Really not sure what happened there. That didn't look good. 2 playoff drivers, Chris Mayo and Sean Happy, and Adam Gardner in 1 accident. Looks like Jamie got in there really hot. Oh! Not sure. It looked like Tyler Jenkins was already loose in front of him before they got there. Oh, so Dustin Bloodworth got into Tyler Jenkins, got him loose and sideways. I did not see that to start with. And Jamie Prevost didn't see him checking up and got in the back of Sean Happy. Adam Gardner and Sean Happy, a lot of damage. Chris Mayo got some rear end damage. But other than that, unless he's got wheel damage, he should be okay. Might have a slight tire rub with that fender bouncing around up there, but we shall see. Austin Hunt, still your leader. Alright, so we're under the 5th caution of the night. Adam Gardner coming off of pit road. Sean Happick as well. Tyler Jenkins just came off of pit road. Sean Cross as well. And Tim Darby still on pit road. Jamie Prevost gained a lot of spots though. But that's the name of the game here at Martinsville. Very tight corners, long straights, get a lot of speed going down them straightaways, and they have to slow her down going in the corners. And a lot of cars or trucks going for one spot, and sometimes don't work out too great for certain people. But we'll line them up double file and see who can do what after this restart. Austin Hunt to bring them back to the green flag. That fender still bouncing around on Chris Mayo's truck. And remember, these guys still haven't come to pit road, 38 laps in. Chris Mayo spun the tires in the back as well. Brandon Bowmaker just trying to keep Sean Happick and Chris Mayo behind him. Oh! Looks like Chris Mayo and Jamie Prevost get together. Oh, Jamie gets loose and comes down on Chris. Takes out Sean Cross, Todd Champ. Jamie Prevost and Todd Champ with a lot of damage. Todd Champ with the most of it. Bumpers flying everywhere. Chris Mayo looks like he'd be okay. But he is coming to pit road. Everybody else staying out. Sean Cross will come with him. Sean Happick, Jamie Prevost, and Tim Darby's still on pit road, but Todd Champa come to pit road as well. Got Austin Hahn, William Gay, Cole Larson, Paul Gubick, Brandon Bowmaker, Justin Bloodworth, Jeff Peppers, Tyler Jenkins, Ivan Deschamps, and Adam Gardner. Top 10. Brandon Bowmaker doing what he needs to do. Sitting in the 5th spot. All he's got to do is keep Sean Happett way behind him and Chris Mayo anywhere behind him. Chris Mayo needs Sean to have a bad race and Brandon Bowmaker to finish at least 1 spot behind him. Right now, not looking good for Chris. Good bit of damage here, but hey, it's Martinsville. You can finish a race with not many fenders left, so we'll see what happens. Sean Happett with some damage as well on that front end and rear end. "44 laps, and everybody pretty much in the top 10 hasn't pitted yet, so but Jamie Prevost and Todd Champ Jamie's a lap down, Todd Champ not sure yet, and 16 laps for Tim Darby. I knew I was missing something. How you doing, Miss Barbara and Bobby and Jerry? Alright, we lining up double file. Austin Hahn to bring him back to the green flag. What's going on, Dakota? Austin Hahn with a big jump again. Cole Larson will stay under William Gay for that 2nd spot. Side by side still. Oh, and Sean Happett gets turned. Chris Mayo makes it through. They come off the corner. 3 wide. Sean, I'm not sure Sean knew they were 3 wide. Comes up a little bit on Sean Cross, and Tyler Jenkins was up towards the wall and took all 3 of them out. Yeah, I totally forgot to pull it up so I could talk to y'all. I was sitting here trying to figure out what I was missing. So Todd Champ sitting in between the pace car and the leader, so that means he'll get a wave around when they're about to go back green. And Jamie Prevost looks like he's getting his lap back. But right now, Brandon Bowmaker running in 5th spot, Chris Mayo in 9th, and Sean Happett 13th. That's your battle for 4th place in the points. And the two Sean Cross and Sean Happick in pit road right now with the leaders coming up behind them. Looks like Sean Cross gets off pit road and Happy just does make it off pit road. And they come to the line this time. You should see Todd Champ run around the pace car and catch up with the rear of the field. And should be lining up double file. Y'all viewing in, if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. On here most nights of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Will be Thursday in a few weeks. Friday. And 3 shows on Sunday, so always something going on to watch. Alright, Austin Hunn to bring them back to the green. We are 51 laps into this 220 lap race. And 7 cautions. Alright, Austin Hunn gets a big jump again. William Gay dives it into turn 1, but Cole Larson holding him off. They still side by side. Tim Darby, Sean Happick, and Ivan Deschamps fighting. I'm sorry, Sean Cross. Sean Cross, Sean Happick, and Ivan Deschamps fighting for that spot. Chris Mayo. Uh-oh. Let's go back and see what happens here. Look like Ivan went around. Oh, he gets into Sean Cross and oh man. Sean Happy. Bad luck still catching up with Sean. Ivan Deschamps come flying in and punts Sean Cross, which in turn punts Sean Happick. Sean Happick just can't get away from the trouble tonight. Trouble magnet tonight. So Austin Hunn still your leader. William Gay second. Cole Larson third. Sean Cross fourth. You see Todd Champ getting his lap back. But once again, you're gonna hear it a lot tonight, but Brandon Bowmaker running 5th, Chris Mayo 8th, and Sean in 13th. So right now, Brandon Bowmaker should be in the playoffs. Always is, Apples. Looks like Sean Happick getting a lap back. Jeff Pepper's your new leader. They'll line up double file. Chris Mayo will be on the outside. Jamie Prevost will be on the inside of the second row. Adam Gardner will be on the outside second row. Austin Hunn and Cole Larson on the third row. Brandon Bowmaker and William Gay on your fourth row. Jeff Peppers. For the first time tonight, a different leader. Jeff Peppers will bring them to the green. Jeff will take off. Chris spinning the tires. He'll be side by side with Jamie Prevost. Jamie gets the spot. Austin Hunn gets below Chris Mayo. Chris stuck on the outside. Fighting hard for that position, but the outside line is not the preferred line. Side by side with Cole Larson and Brandon Bowmaker, the driver he's fighting for position in the points, is sitting right behind him, well, under him. He actually might get to the inside now. Brandon Bowmaker falls back. William Gay on his bumper. He'll get to the inside. So Chris Mayo finally gets to the inside. Jamie Prevost up high. William Gay go to the outside. Brandon Bowmaker right behind Chris Mayo. Oh, we heating up now. We getting some green flag laps in. Tyler Jenkins coming back through the field. Sitting in 8th place right now. Brandon Bowmaker trying to take it on the outside. This is your battle for the 4th spot in the points. Fourth and final spot in the last round of the playoffs. Brandon Bowmaker trying to take it around the outside. Chris Mayo fighting on the inside. Neither one of these guys are going to give up 100%. Oh, Brandon gets into the wall. He'll lose a bunch of spots and caution comes out. Looks like Sean Cross. Oh, he just gets loose by himself and slams it into the wall. So Jeff Pepper still your leader. 10th caution of the night. 73 laps in of 220. Austin Hunn second. Cole Larson third. William Gay fourth. Chris Mayo fifth. He held on to that 5th spot. 6th to be Brandon Bowmaker. That's all Chris needed to do is finish 1 spot ahead of Brandon Bowmaker, or Brandon Bowmaker 1 spot ahead of Chris Mayo. And they need Sean Happick to be in the back of the pack. And I'm going to step away for just a minute. Alright, I am back. We are back green. Yes, Martinsville for you, Miss Barbara. Jeff Pepper's still leading this thing. Austin Hahn second, Cole Larson third, William Gay fourth. Brandon Bowmaker got that spot back from Chris Mayo. Chris Mayo one spot behind Brandon Bowmaker. Paul Gubick in seventh, Tyler Jenkins eighth, Dustin Bloodworth ninth, and Adam Gardner 10th. And we're back under caution. Tim Darby jumps the curb and just spins her out. So Jeff Pepper still your leader. Austin Hahn second. That'll be 11th caution of the night. Todd Champs the first car lap down. $82 laps in and 220 laps. Almost, we're working on halfway. Todd Ciampa go around the pace truck and get his lap back. Or one of his laps back. He'll be only one lap down now. Sean Cross out of the race and Tim Darby in the pits. So do we see anybody come to pit road? Probably not, but you never know. Somebody might try to play some short game. Todd Champ catching up with the back of the pack. Started with 16, got 15 left as of right now. Alright, these guys will line up double file and Todd Champ will try to beat him off pit road. Pretty sure he's going to get a EOL penalty, but he won't go a lap down. These guys will come around and take the green flag again. Jeff Peppers will bring them to the green. Alright, Jeff Peppers takes off. Austin Hahn should be able to get to the inside. He does. William Gay trying to get to the outside of Cole Larson. He'll pull in behind him. Actually crosses him over. He's under him going into 3. Paul Gubick under Chris Mayo for the 6th spot. Brandon Bowmaker trying to get the 5th spot. Yeah, 4th spot. Well, mine didn't want to work there. Jeff Pepper's still leading this thing though. The battle for the fourth and final spot in the playoffs is right there. Brandon Bowmaker and Chris Mayo, but Sean Happy trying to make it hard on him because he's got to finish quite a few spots behind them for that to work. Lap 91 of 220, Tim Darby on pit road. There's Sean Happett right there in 10th spot. That only leaves 5 spots in between him and Bowmaker. Pretty sure he's gonna need about, well, no, he really only needs about 2 spots in between them. He can't quite get around Dustin Bloodworth. But Jeff Peppers with a 0.6 of a second lead over Austin Hunt and then William Gay behind Austin. Jeff Peppers was in the back of the pack most of the race and now is your leader with a gap. He's taking on the Gapplebees right now. And they actually have almost a 2.5 second lead over 4th place. Brandon Bowmaker still in the 5th spot. Chris Mayo 7th. Sean Happick is 10th still. Can't get around Dustin Bloodworth. But I'm pretty sure if they finish like they are right now, Brandon Bowmaker will still be in. Austin Hunt, William Gay, and Cole Larson all running up front, so but if Cole Larson does have trouble, got to be some major trouble. But if he has trouble, they have a chance of both Brandon Bowmaker and Chris Mayo making it into the Final Four. Sean Happy could try to get under Dustin Bloodworth here. He does. Can't quite clear him. Ooh, almost wrecked there. They both save it though. Adam Gardner would get under Dustin Bloodworth and take the 10th spot from him. 11th spot. 10th spot away from him. And Jeff Peppers still leading this thing. Austin Hunt running second, 0.6 of a second back. And then William Gay in 3rd, Cole Larson 4th, Brandon Bowmaker 5th, Paul Gubic 6th, Chris Mayo 7th, Tyler Jenkins 8th, Sean Happick 9th, and Adam Gardner 10th. Good battle for the playoffs here. Brandon Bowmaker and Chris Mayo. But we still have a long way to go. Still got 118 laps left. So, still got a long way to go to settle this. Jeff Pepper still in the lead with Austin Hunt and William Gay right behind him. Oh, and Ivan Deschamps spins Jamie Prevost. Jamie got into the wall there, and then Ivan comes up behind him. Goes in the corner. Must have went a little far back. Oh, Jamie got loose, got in the wall, and then Ivan just went in the next corner and couldn't slow up fast enough for him. Punted him. Jeff Pepper still in the lead. Austin Hahn second. William Gay third. Cole Larson fourth. Brandon Bowmaker fifth. Paul Gubick sixth. Seventh will be Chris Mayo. Eighth will be Tyler Jenkins. Dustin Bloodworth will be in ninth, and Adam Gardner 10th. Started with 16 trucks, got one out of the race. Sean Cross got 15 still running. Austin Hunt comes to pit road. Maybe a little bit of pit strategy here. Does he just top off with fuel, or does he get tires? They just come and got tires not too long ago. Looks like he'll get tires. Tires and fuel. Yep, 4 fresh tires and fuel. Maybe gonna try to stretch this thing almost to the end. Jeff Pepper still in the lead. William Gay second. Cole Larson third. Brandon Bowmaker will now be fourth. Paul Gubick fifth. And Chris Mayo sixth. Seventh will be Tyler Jenkins. Dustin Bloodworth is eighth. Adam Gardner in ninth, and Austin Hund in 10th. Thank you, Tim. And yeah, you still learning, man. You get there. You get faster and faster and better every race. Jeff Peppers with a good start here. William Gay spins the tires. Cole Larson tries to get below him. Can't do it. William get to the bottom. Brandon Bowmaker trying to fight on the outside. Paul Gubick right below him. Looks like Brandon will clear him, but Paul Gubick will get right back below him, and Chris Mayo sitting right behind those two. And Tyler Jenkins and Dustin Bloodworth fighting for 7th spot. Paul Gubick or Brandon Bowmaker still fighting around the outside. That's what it's here for, is to have fun, Timmy. And by the way, nice tattoo. All right, we are halfway. Jeff Pepper's still leading this thing, with William Gay right behind him. Austin Hunt trying to come back through the field with those 4 fresh tires. Dustin Bloodworth goes to the outside of Chris Mayo. Chris may be saving here. Chris gets loose. Dustin Bloodworth still above him. Jeff Pepper's still holding on to the lead. Todd Champ now 5 laps down. Jamie Prevost and Sean Happick 2 laps down. Not sure what happened to Sean, but yeah, 2 laps down. Not looking good for Sean. What's going on, Kevin? That's your battle for the points. I'm going to probably harp on it a whole lot more, but Brandon Bowmaker got a truck in between him and Chris Mayo, which is what he needs. Chris Mayo needs it the opposite way around. And if they finish right like they are right now, Brandon Bowmaker would be in. Austin Hunt takes the spot from Dustin Bloodworth. He'll be right behind Chris Mayo. Chris Mayo trying to put the moves on Paul Gubick. Nothing much, buddy. Just trying to call this eventful race. I think we 12 cautions in, 117 laps. Been pretty eventful so far. And Jeff Peppers still got a 0.6 of a second lead over William Gay. William Gay almost 2.5 seconds ahead of Cole Larson. I mean, you know, just working and working. Brandon Bowmaker holding down that 4th spot. Austin Hunt to get up under Paul Gubick. Yeah, it has, Kevin. Austin will take that spot from Paul Gubick. Chris Mayo tries to go below Paul, and Paul blocks him. Yeah, you guys work as much as you can, Kevin. Got baby will be here in like 3 or 4 weeks. Jeff Peppers opening up that lead. That's almost a second now over William Gay. And then Cole Larson another 2.5 seconds behind William Gay. But oh, this changes stuff. Brandon Bowmaker goes around. Not sure what happened to him. Oh, he just comes off the corner trying to stay ahead of Austin Hunt and spins it around. No damage, but he'll lose a lot of spots. So, Chris Mayo up in 6th spot. A whole lot of spots ahead of Sean Happick, and more than enough to get around Brandon Bowmaker in the points. Oh yeah, it ain't nothing new. We got 7, this will be number 8, so ain't nothing new. Jeff Peppers on pit road. Chris Mayo, Adam Gardner, Tyler Jenkins on pit road. And Todd Champ. Brandon Bowmaker ends up 6th spot. Not sure how good those tires will be after sliding, but we'll see after where he decides to come to pit road anyways. Him, Jamie, and Ivan will come to pit road now. And Sean Happick to get a lap back. He's only 1 lap down now, but he runs to pit road. About 75 or so about 80 laps left, I think. My math ain't that great. William Gay, your new leader. Cole Larson second, Austin Hahn third. Paul Gubick fourth, Dustin Bloodworth fifth, Jeff Pepper sixth, Adam Gardner seventh, Chris Mayo eighth, ninth will be Tyler Jenkins, and then Bowmaker will be in 10th. Ivan Deschamps will be 11th, your last truck a lap, or on the lead lap. Sean Happick will be your first one a lap down. Got 2 trucks out of the race. 12th place is a lap down, 13th is 2 laps down, and 14th of Todd Champ is 16 laps down. They should be lining up double file this time. Looks like they are. Be 128 of 220 when they come across the line to take the green. Alright, William Gay will bring him to the green flag. Cole Larson to his outside. Austin Hahn on fresher tires right behind him. Cole Larson spins the tires hard. Austin Hahn will take that second spot. Cole Larson jumps to the inside. Everybody double wide behind Paul Gubick. And they get it. Single file. Dustin Bloodworth slides up into Chris Mayo. Chris Mayo in the 7th spot. Adam Gardner up under Brandon Bowmaker. Brandon Bowmaker came to pit road. Chris Mayo got the same tires as him though. Chris Mayo trying to take that spot from Dustin Bloodworth. Looks like he puts the chrome bumper to him. Ooh. Chris Mayo puts the bumper to him once again, tries to get to his inside. Can't get there. He'll lose a couple spots. Brandon Bowmaker up to the back bumper of Dustin Bloodworth. Brandon will get to the inside of Dustin. Can he get by him though? Dustin dives it in deep. They're still side by side for that spot. Chris Mayo will get up behind Brandon Bowmaker. He'll try to follow him through. This is going to come down to the end. Last lap for this points battle. Go ahead and tell you that. Chris Mayo up under Dustin Bloodworth. Dustin Bloodworth fighting on the outside. Brandon Bowmaker working on Paul Gubick. And Chris Mayo got the advantage now going into turn 3. Can he clear him coming off of 4? He does. Adam Gardner's under Dustin Bloodworth now. Chris Mayo will try to go get Brandon Bowmaker. Got 135 laps down of 220. Brandon Bowmaker will pull up under Paul Gubick. Can't keep it stuck on. Well, yeah, he does. He got it to stick. Chris Mayo trying to stick with him. Maybe even get a spot from him. Brandon Bowmaker a clear Paul. Paul a block. Chris Mayo still trying to get around Paul Gubick. William Gay still your leader. Austin Hunn right behind, well, half a second behind him. Jeff Peppers right on Austin Hunn's back bumper. Austin Hunn reeling William Gay in now. Oh, Chris Mayo tries to get below Paul Gubick. Paul will block. Chris will give him the bumper. Just lets him know he's there. Oh, that's my cup of tea right there. I love some short tracks. 141 of 220. Austin Hunn still trying to get to William Gay. Jeff Peppers are all over the back bumper of Austin Hunn. They'll fall back a little bit and they come off the corner. Cole Larson falling back a little bit. Brandon Bowmaker trying to get that spot from him. Like I said earlier, Cole Larson, that next spot ahead of Brandon and Chris Mayo. If he does have trouble, finishes bad, they could possibly both make the playoffs and head to Phoenix for fight for a championship. But your top three still riding single file. William Gay, Austin Hunn, and Jeff Peppers. Jeff Peppers trying to get to that back bumper. Brandon Bowmaker trying to catch Cole Larson. Chris Mayo finally gets around Paul Gubick. Adam Gardner gets around him as well. Chris Mayo tried to run down Brandon Bowmaker. Lap car shouldn't have no problem getting around Jamie Prevost. Jamie should give him enough room. Maybe, maybe not. But Chris Mayo makes light work of him, and he'll try to go get Brandon Bowmaker. Like I said earlier, all he's got to do is finish one spot ahead of him. They were tied up coming in here, so all they need is 1 point to pass the other one. And for Sean Happick to have a bad race, which is happening right now. He's a lap down in 12th place. And these guys are running 5th and 6th. Might be enough spots, not sure. Brandon Bowmaker trying to get up under Cole Larson for the 4th spot. Chris Mayo reeling Brandon Bowmaker in. Austin Hunn is in the lead. He won last week, so he's 100% in. Then it's William Gay in second, Cole Larson third. Sean Happick is fourth, which he's pretty much enough laps back. I mean, enough positions back for them to pass him. But right now, Brandon Bowmaker is sitting tied with Chris Mayo and 1 spot ahead of him, which will put him ahead of Sean Happick and Chris Mayo, unless Chris can get ahead of him. And like I said, Cole Larson is 9 points ahead of Brandon and Chris. So they pretty much need him to finish 10 spots behind him. Brandon Bowmaker finally gets under Cole Larson. Chris Mayo will follow him through. Oh, 14th caution is flew. Looks like Todd Champ. Oh, Todd gets on the brakes and just spins her around. Todd not having a great night tonight. William Gay, Austin Hunn, Brandon Bowmaker, Chris Mayo, Cole Larson, Adam Gardner, Dustin Bloodworth, Paul Gubick, Tyler Jenkins all come to pit road. Jeff Peppers will stay out, as well as Sean Happick, which he's a lap down. Should get his lap back, and Todd Champ 16 laps down. There goes Sean. Sean will be back on the lead lap. Not good for Chris Mayo and Brandon Bowmaker. Ivan Deschamps will be in the second spot. Jeff Peppers will be a leader. Ivan will come to pit road. Sean Happick. Looks like Sean's going to end up being in the second spot now. Sean comes to pit road though. Probably getting a little bit more damage fixed. Jeff Peppers will be a leader. William Gay second. Austin Hunn third. Just like they came into pits. Brandon Bowmaker, although, will be fourth. Cole Larson fifth. Chris Mayo sixth. Adam Gardner seventh. Paul Gubick eighth. Tyler Jenkins ninth. And 10th will be Dustin Bloodworth. And we are 158 laps of 220. Champ will fall back to the back of the pack. They should line up double file when they come across the line this time. So 70 laps left. Jeff Peppers will bring them back to the green flag. Yeah, so 69 laps when they take the green. Jeff Peppers takes off. Austin Hunn gets a pretty good jump himself. William Gay will dive it in there deep. William Gay and Austin Hunn still side by side. Jeff Peppers blinking a little bit. Brandon Bowmaker is sitting behind Austin Hunn blinking now. William Gay trying to go around the outside of Jeff Peppers. Got a full head of steam. Still right beside Jeff Peppers. Jeff slides up, can't hold it down. And Tyler Jenkins in trouble. Tyler comes in and hits that curb. Just spins her around. Tyler Jenkins not having a night he would like to have either, as Jeff Peppers comes to pit road. William Gay will be a leader, Austin Hunt second, Brandon Bowmaker third, Chris Mayo will be fourth, Cole Larson fifth, Paul Gubick sixth, Adam Gardner seventh, looks like Sean Happick eighth, and past that, Dustin Bloodworth is 10th, Ivan Deschamps 11th, Tyler Jenkins 12th in the last car on the lead lap. Then Jamie Prevost will be your first car lap down, I believe. Pretty sure. And got 2 cars out. Alright, Bobby, just you get all that bad luck out this season and be good to go for next season. I'm excited to race against him. Maybe possibly be teammates. Never know. Alright, they'll line up double foul. We'll go back green one more time, or once again. Oh yeah. William Gay get a good jump. Austin Hunt trying to get to the bottom. Brandon Bowmaker holding off third. Chris Mayo trying to hold that 4th spot. He looks like he'll do it. Chris Mayo and Brandon Bowmaker here. 16th caution. Looks like it's Adam Gardner in trouble this time. Oh, he just locks it up. Ooh, I don't know how nobody got him, but they didn't. Jamie Prevost comes in a little later and locks him up and spins her out. William Gay will still be your leader. Austin Hunt second. Brandon Bowmaker third. Chris Mayo fourth. Cole Larson fifth. Paul Gubick sixth. Sean Happick seventh. Jeff Peppers 8th, Dustin Bloodworth 9th, 10th will be Tyler Jenkins, and Ivan Deschamps, Gardner, Prevost, Champ, and Sean Cross and Tim Darby out. Yes, they do, Kevin. Yes, they do. Brandon Bowmaker in third. right now will probably not. Yeah, he should make it into the playoffs where he's sitting right now. Yeah, all he needs is one position between him and Sean Happett. No, two positions. Chris Mayo just needs one position, or Brandon Bowmaker needs one position on each other. Nah, well, he might have a lot of damage, but he ain't out. But yeah, right now, Brandon Bowmaker, if they finish the way they're sitting right now, Brandon Bowmaker would be in the points. In the top 4. Right? He needs to get above. All he needs to do is finish ahead of Brandon Bowmaker and have Sean Happett about 5-6 spots behind him. William Gay still holding on to the lead. Austin Hunt second, Brandon Bowmaker third, Chris Mayo fourth, and Larson fifth. They'll line them up double foul. We'll get back at it. 175 of 220. Alright, William Gay will bring him back to the green. Bowmaker all up in his back bumper. Chris Mayo spins the tires a little bit. Might lose the spot to Cole Larson. He dives her in there deep. He's still on the outside of Cole Larson. Chris getting to the outside of Brandon Bowmaker now. Can he fight on the outside and take that spot from him? The outside's a hard line to run. He should get down to the bottom line now. He'll still run the outside. He's trying to get around him on the outside, the hard side. He's still hanging in there though. Sean Happett's right there up behind him, not helping Brandon or Chris. Alright, Chris gets around Brandon. Not quite. Yes, he gets to the bottom. So Chris Mayo, as they run right now, would be in the playoffs. Oh, Brandon Bowmaker tries to send it under him. And William Gay, Austin Hunt walking away from the field. Sean Happett sitting in 7th spot, which should be enough spots to put either Chris or Brandon in, whichever one finishes ahead of the other. We are coming across the line for 180 laps. Or lap 180, I mean. This is your battle for the points. That top 4 spot going into Phoenix. Like I said, Sean Happett. Whichever one Chris or Brandon finishes ahead of each other, Sean Happett's got to finish at least 2 spots behind that driver. So right now, like I say, Chris Mayo's ahead of Brandon Bowmaker, so Sean Happett's more than 2 spots, so Chris Mayo would be in the playoffs right now if the race was stopped right now. Brandon Bowmaker all in that back bumper, trying to get that spot back. And the other equation, if Cole Larson has trouble and finishes far enough back, they both could make it into playoffs if they put Sean Happick more than 2 spots behind them. A lot of ways to make it in, a lot of different variables. Only way to find out is finish this race and do the math. Chris Mayo putting a little gap between Brandon and him now. And William Gay and Austin Hunn still fighting for the first spot. William Gay got a lot of car length between them. And Dustin Bloodworth on the back bumper of Cole Larson. Tyler Jenkins sitting back here in 10th. Ivan Deschamps in 11th and Adam Gardner 12th. Todd Champ 13th and 15 laps down. Jamie Prevost on pit road getting some damage fixed. Chris Mayo, like I said, getting a little gap between him and Brandon Bowmaker, doing what he's got to do to make sure he makes it into the playoffs. 186 of 220. About 44 laps left to go right now. Not sure if they can make it to the end on fuel and tires right now, but if not, it shouldn't be but one more stop left. Jeff Pepper's all over the back bumper of Brandon Bowmaker. Now, Jeff Peppers will try to go to the outside of Brandon. Cole Larson trying to follow him through. Jeff with a little advantage over Brandon now. He should get to the inside. He does. So, got a cushion between him and Chris and Brandon Bowmaker now. Yeah, probably more. Adam Gardner coming to pit road now. Oh, Brandon gets loose. Cole Larson goes to his outside. Dustin Bloodworth comes up to his back bumper. Sean Happick right behind those three. Chris Mayo, like I said, doing what he needs to do to make it to the top 4 in the playoffs. Oh, Dustin Bloodworth slides up into Cole Larson. He spins it out. That'll be another caution. That'll be the 17th caution of the night. Go on board with, or right along with Dustin Bloodworth, hits the curb and slides up into him, and maybe a little contact between him and Sean as he goes around. Either way, he was going around anyways. William Gay still out front. And I do believe if you go to pit road now, they can make it to the end. So who goes and who don't? Chris playing games. Chris Mayo trying to get people to go. Doesn't work. Paul Gubick and Tyler Jenkins a little further down in the field. Go to pit road though. I'm gonna step away. I'll be right back. Alright, I got back just in time. William Gay will get the lead off the restart. Oh, Sean Happy almost spins. He saves it. Chris Mayo still sitting in third. Jeff Peppers in fourth. Brandon Bowmaker fifth. Cole Larson in sixth. Sean Happick will fall back to ninth. 23 to go. Can Chris hold on and stay ahead of Brandon Bowmaker and make it into the Final Four going into Phoenix? And Miss Bobby, the new season is starting in about 4 weeks. Got 2 weeks here left here, and then, oh no, Dustin Bloodworth slaps the wall, comes off the wall and gets Tyler Jenkins. That'll be the 18th caution of the night. More bad luck for Tyler. Oh! And Ivan Deschamps slams it in the wall. Looks like he forgot where the brakes were. Chris Mayo still got a cushion in between him and Brandon, but not much. Austin Hunt will go to pit road. Jeff Peppers will go to pit road. So Chris Mayo will start on the outside of the front row now. Brandon Bowmaker will be on the inside of the second row. Looks like Sean Happick will be the outside of the third row. I'm telling you, if there's a limit on bad luck, Tyler's just about got to be close. We got 19 laps left. Brandon Bowmaker try to get people to go to pit road. They should be lining up double file this time with 18 to go. And these front guys should be able to make it to the end, I believe. Nope, they'll line up double file this time around. What's going on, Gator? I believe he's used every bit of that up this year, or this season, plus more. So when they take the green, it'll be 16 to go. William Gay will bring them to the green flag. Chris Mayo will be on the outside of the front row. Brandon Bowmaker on the inside of the second row. So Chris needs a good start here to get to the bottom and stay ahead of Brandon Bowmaker. Looks like they're not lining up double file this time. Delay of green. Not sure why. Tyler's still in it, Miss Barbara. A whole lot of damage, but he's still in it. He's sitting in 8th place. But Chris Mayo, like I said, up front, on the outside of the front row. See if he can get a good start and stay ahead of Brandon Bowmaker. Or if Brandon Bowmaker gets him. Sean Happick on the outside of the third row. Pace car drop down the pit road this time. They take the green. It'll be 15 to go. Probably not the last caution we'll see tonight. William will take off. Chris will take off. He'll spin the tires. Oh, no. Somehow he spins the tires, goes across Cole Larson's front bumper, and still stays up beside Brandon Bowmaker. And there's another life, Miss Barbara. Tyler Jenkins spins again. Paul Gubick gets loose and gets into Tyler. Tyler will slam the inside wall, knocks the back bumper off of it. Pretty sure he should still be okay. Man, I feel for that. I feel for that man there. If it could go wrong this season, it has gone wrong. So, Tyler Jenkins will get the wave around when they come back around to get or to line up double foul, get one to go. So, Brandon Bowmaker start on the outside of the front row this time, and Chris Mayo will start inside second row. So they'll reverse roles here. See how this one goes. 13 laps to go. Do they have enough to make it to the end? Or are they trying to save to get to the end? We will find out here soon. Right now, the way they stand, Brandon Bowmaker will be in the playoffs. If Chris Mayo can get ahead of him and keep showing enough spots behind them, he'll be in the playoffs. If Cole Larson gets in any kind of trouble and finishes enough spots back, both of them will make it into the playoffs. Brandon Bowmaker and Chris Mayo, that is. Yeah, he definitely doesn't give up. 100%. That never give up attitude of winning a race one of these days. 11 to go. At least one more time around. And 19 cautions so far. Like I said, 9 points to third place of Cole Larson. Right now, he's locked in if he finishes where he's at. William Gay as well. But Chris Mayo and Brandon Bowmaker tied coming into this race. And only 1 point behind Sean Happett. So, let's see what happens here. We got a little 10 to go. It'll be 9 to go when they come across the line for the green flag. Front row is going to be William Gay and Brandon Bowmaker. Second row is going to be Chris Mayo and Cole Larson, and then Dustin Bloodworth and Sean Happett on your third row. And Tyler Jenkins coming up behind the field now. Chris Mayo gets a better start than Brandon Bowmaker, but Brandon slings it in the corner. He gets loose. Cole gets under him. Cole Larson up beside Brandon Bowmaker. Chris Mayo trying to hold him off. Brandon gets loose again going in the corner. Cole Larson and Brandon Bowmaker fighting for the third spot. Chris Mayo trying to run down William Gay. Do we see Chris Mayo get another win this season? Does he get win number 2? Or does he just finish high enough to make it to the Final Four and go to Phoenix and fight for that championship? 7 laps to go. Tyler Jenkins sitting in 9th place right now. He is wrecked I don't know how many times tonight, but still fighting. Sitting there in 9th place. Chris Mayo gaining ground on William Gay. Can he get to him? And if he gets to him, can he pass him? We got 6 to go, coming to 5 to go. That's another one with a never give up attitude. Chris Mayo and William Gay, both of them. Chris Mayo fighting his hardest. He's going to try to go get a win and make sure he makes it into the playoffs. William Gay wanting to do the same thing. William Gay, though, is definitely in on points. Well, no, not necessarily. he gets in any trouble, he might be out as well. But Chris Mayo, if he wins it, this will be his second win of the season. If William Gay wins it, this will be his first truck win. Chris Mayo made up a little bit of ground there. Got about a half a second between them, and it's holding steady right this minute. Got 3 to go. Got him double file back there. William Gay gained 0.2 of a second on him that lap, so the lead is getting bigger. Oh, and Sean Happick wrecks. Does the yellow come out before they take the white flag? Yes, it does. Oh, man. Right along with Sean Happick. Comes off the corner and just straight up gets loose and slams it in the wall. Not much damage. He'll get it going back right. William Gay, your leader. Chris Mayo, second. Austin Hunn, third. Brandon Bowmaker, fourth. Dustin Bloodworth, fifth. Cole Larson, sixth. Jeff Pepper, seventh. Tyler Jenkins, eighth. Paul Gubick, ninth. Sean Happick, 10th. And last car on the lead lap. And then Ivan Deschamps, 2 laps down, sitting in 11th. He'll be the first car a lap down. Should see him get a lap back here. There he goes right there. So Ivan Deschamps will only be 1 lap down now. Whew, I thought it was over. But these guys got another chance. William Gay will bring them to the green. He'll be the leader. Chris Mayo will start on the outside front row. Austin Hunn will be inside second row. And Brandon Bowmaker outside second row. I know we got 14 other cars in the race, but I can't lie. I'm focused on Chris Mayo and Brandon Bowmaker and Sean Happick on who's going to make it into the playoffs here. But this is, yes, you are right, Gator. This is going to be one heck of a finish. If we might have another overtime here. We're lining them up double file this time. 3, it'll be a green-white checker here. Once they take the white flag, that's it. If a yellow comes out before the white flag, there'll be another green-white checker. See the, oh no, they're not lined up double file, so it'd be at least one more lap around. All right, gotta get pumped up one more time. At least one more time. And Bobby and Barbara, he's up in 8th, 5th row, 4th row. Green white checker here. William Gay will bring them to the green. Chris Mayo will be on the outside. Austin Hunn on the inside. Brandon Bowmaker behind Chris Mayo. They'll come to the green flag. William Gay will take off. Chris Mayo spins the tires a little. Oh, Dustin Bloodworth gets sideways. Oh, no. So, first wreck. Tyler Jenkins. Dustin Bloodworth gets loose and Tyler got nowhere to go, slams into him. slams into the wall. Then up here at the front, Chris Mayo turns thinking Austin Hunn was going to turn, or thought he was clear, and right hooks Austin. So there's 2 or 3 spots between Chris Mayo and Brandon Bowmaker. Right now, Brandon Bowmaker looks to be in the second. No, Chris Mayo got the spot back. He'll be second. Oh yeah, because the caution was after the Tyler Jenkins wreck and the yellow came out, so Chris kept his spot. So, that's right, Kevin. That's right. So, man, they killing me tonight. Get my heart up, my heart rate up, and then turn it right back down. All right. So, yes, it was. Promise you didn't want to get it like that, but man. And it doesn't look like it messed up Austin Hunn too much, at least from the view I had. No. I think he spun him all around and slapped the right side or left side, so I don't think it gave him too much damage. Yep, one more time. Get me all riled up one more time. Tyler Jean, I believe that did it for him. Not sure if he'll be able to make it back out this time, but hey, he's still well, no, I thought he was still in the top 10. Just outside the top 10 and 11th. Alright, so they are double foul. Woo! William Gay's going to be in the lead. He'll bring him to the green. Chris Mayo on the outside. Brandon Bowmaker on the inside of the second row. Chris Mayo's got to finish ahead of Brandon Bowmaker by at least one spot, or Brandon Bowmaker vice versa. And got to have Sean Happick at least 2 or 3 spots behind whoever's ahead. So William Gay spins the tires this time. Chris Mayo will stay up beside William. Cole Larson gets up beside Brandon. Brandon Bowmaker. Chris Mayo will block Brandon going in the corner. Jeff Peppers gets into the back of Brandon. Blinks out a little bit. Chris will be in second. That's the white flag. Any flag now ends the race. All right, William Gay got enough of a lead. Oh! Jeff Peppers throws himself in there. He'll finish 4th spot. William Gay will take the win. Chris Mayo will finish second. Not sure. That should put Chris Mayo in the playoffs. Sean Happick in the pits. So shows Sean Happick finished 10th. Chris Mayo second, so that's more than enough spots. And he finished ahead of Brandon Bowmaker, so that should put him in the Final Four. Won't know 100% until they do the math, but it should put him in. We will try to get some post-race interviews here. William Gay, Chris Mayo, and Cole Larson. And Cole ain't in here, so there's Cole. All right, Cole Larson, you got a copy, buddy. Man, what a race! Caution after caution. Somehow you kept it up front and finished with a top 3. How you? Yeah, stayed out of trouble and kept yourself up there far enough to not fall down in the points. So you should be in the final 4 of the playoffs next week at Phoenix, and go for a championship, buddy. After tonight, I'm gonna have to go get a heart check, but but man, I can't wait till next week to see who gets crowned champion. But you got any sponsors to shout out to, buddy? And for buddy, like I said, congratulations on your 3rd place, and we'll see you next week for the final race of the year. Yes, sir. All right. Chris Mayo, you got a copy, buddy. What a race. Yeah, you I don't know how many accidents I've seen you get into, or at least get hold on one second. Hold on one second. They're saying can't hear you. Oh, it changed which Discord. All right, so yeah, finally got the uh restarts down, and finally got a good start there. And I thought you was gonna catch William, but ended up falling back a little bit and finishing 2nd. How you feeling, man?
Yeah, I feel great. I told my team, you know, before the race, there was a couple times where I was trying to get a lap led, but Jeff stayed out of pits that one time, and I was like, "Come on!" And then the towards the end there, he pitted again and it put me on the outside, and I was like, "I hate the outside," and it put me up there. I think on the front row that time, and I caused a little bit of a stack up, and I was like, "Dude, like, like I've been doing this, trying to get this, this whole race like by myself, racing with respect, and it's like, come on, like, I wanted that, extra point because that extra point was gonna, make a difference for leading the lap. But then, I didn't end up getting it. But I fought hard and I tried to get the win. So I guess we'll just see what the points. I know I lost like 4 or 5 points on that stage that I needed.
But the way y'all finished, if my math is right, you made it in.
Yeah, and I hope that'd be cool. But I mean, shout out to Cole and Brandon and really William. I mean, I the last like 30, 40 laps, I had been just right on William and trying so hard to get him. But
that now,
yeah, I thought
I honestly gotta say, man, it all season, man. It's been a really respectful. Everybody's been respectful. Clean, and it showed tonight too. I mean, y'all had a lot of cautions, but this is a really tight track. But yeah, a lot of clean driving all season.
Yeah, I think that second to last restart there, or what made that last restart, I thought I was done for it. Caution came out and Austin kind of went. I felt like it went up the track a little bit and came right across my nose, and I thought I was done for at that point.
Yeah, when we watched it back on the replay, y'all came together. He come up and you come down. But it's racing. But well, second place, possibly made it into playoffs, man. Go do some math and figure all that out. But first, you got any sponsors to shout out to?
Yeah, just BMRL as a whole. Everything that we have going on, the network channel here, the paint shop. Symmetrics definitely. Got the SD1 champions, and I received one of those in both series. So it's pretty cool little item. And it's really cool because it calculates your gas mileage. So when you're under caution, it tells you like earlier today, like I would have like 40 laps left a field, but then this thing under caution was saying like, oh, you got 90 laps left because I was off the gas pedal. So that's pretty cool right there. Go ahead and get yourself one. Just go to symmetricsracing.com. I know we have a discount code for 15% off to everyone that views. And also, we're having our second annual Christmas charity race event, and we're going to be a little bit different. We're not going to donate to any charities or organizations, just because, I mean, we want 100% of what we race for to go towards someone that's in need these holidays that are coming up. And we're going to start kind of branching out across the U.S. where all the league members live, and we're going to start with right here in Kentucky where I live, and I've looking at some families to possibly be able to give Christmas to, or even I'm trying to connect with the local PD here, local sheriff here. They do toy drives every Christmas, so it'll be pretty fun. That's going to be December 14th. $5 to race. That $5 goes towards someone that's less fortunate than a lot of us may be here.
100%, man. Great things going on, and I'm glad to be a part of it. So, but congratulations on your second place finish, man. And we'll see you next week. We'll see if you make it to the playoffs. If not, it is what it is. But if so, we'll go fight for a championship, man. I hope you get it.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You have a good rest of your night.
Thank you. You too.
William Gay, you got a copy?
I got you, brother.
Well, punched out another one, buddy, and punched your ticket to Phoenix. Made sure you was going to Phoenix in the top 4. Kept yourself out of trouble all night. Kept it up front all night. Great job, and congratulations. But how you feeling?
Man, let's go. Man, I have finished second and third. I've just had some races where I felt like I could have won the race, and just something happened. And tonight, I just put it all together, and it just, like you said, I stayed up front all night. I tried to stay with the leaders, even when I was running, back and forth. I tried to stay with them. And man, I am stoked. I'm ready for Phoenix.
Trust me, I am too. And that is your first truck win, correct?
In this league, it is. It is my very first win, man.
100%. Man, congratulations on the first win. Congratulations on making it to the playoffs, and congrats on keeping yourself out of trouble and getting that win, man. But
I appreciate it, man. It was I felt like I had to win. I felt strongly I had to win before the first green white checker came out. And then when the first green white checker came out, I had Austin behind me. I knew he was on fresh tires. So I was like, I'm just going to try to block the best I can. And all of a sudden, I guess something happened behind me and he got caught up in that. So I just felt like if I stayed the control car the rest of the race, I felt like, and got a good jump on restart, I felt like I could win this race.
Touche, but yeah, man, that was one heck of a race. I think
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. I want to thank my sponsor, CB Graphics, man. They you know, I put them on my truck, you know, maybe about 5-10 races ago, somewhere in that neighborhood. And, it's good to get them in the victory lane and, with the paint scheme they made for me. And, of course I had to thank my wife for letting me, you know, do this. If I didn't do it, if she wouldn't let me, I wouldn't be able to do it. So, and, you know, thank the league, man. I really enjoyed this league and the racing and the competitiveness. And like I said, I'm looking forward to Phoenix and seeing what I can do.
10-4, buddy. Well, like I said, man, I've known you a long time, and that's pretty cool to watch you get your first truck win in this league. And like I said, congratulations again, and we'll see you next week for the playoffs.
Appreciate it, bro, and thank you for all you do, man. I know it's tough being up there in the booth and having to keep track of things. I've never done it, but I've watched races, and it can't be easy. So appreciate you putting our product out there and letting people watch and doing the job that you do. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, it ain't too bad, man, but y'all kill me with these green-white checkers.
Man, that first green, that's the second race where I was within probably 10 car lengths of the white flag when the green white checker came out. And I was like, oh no, here we go again. And I just was able to get a good launch. I didn't go in the same spot each time because I didn't want the person in second place to say, okay, well, he's going to go early every time. So I tried to mix it up a little bit and kind of keep them guessing, and I was able to hold them off. So I'm pretty stoked about it. I really am.
100%, buddy. Like I said, congratulations again, and I'll see you next week in Phoenix.
All right, brother. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right, what a heck of a race for the cutoff race to go down to the final four. And not sure who will be the final four yet, but we do know it will be Austin Hunn, William Gay, and should be Cole Larson. He finished third. No doubt he's in. But the fourth and final spot, still not 100% sure. But we will know before Phoenix, and y'all will find out in Phoenix. And we get to Phoenix, it'll be the highest finisher out of those four. No points in it, just whoever finishes ahead of who. And gonna be a heck of a race there too, I guarantee you. And yeah, I can't wait to broadcast it and have some fun and crown a champion. But that'll bring us to the end of Martinsville here. William Gay comes out with the win. Chris Mayo second, Cole Larson third. But that's William Gay's first truck win in this league. And make sure he puts himself into the playoffs by getting that win. But like I said, that's the end of Martinsville. But thanks to sponsors real quick. We got CB Graphics, XP League, BMRL Paint Shop, BMRL Network, and as always, SymmetricsRacing.com. Go grab you one of them SD1s. Awesome product. Tells you whatever you want to know while you're racing. Takes the overlay, most of the overlays off your screen. Gets rid of all the clutter on your screen. Helps a lot. Great product. Go grab you one. Use the code at the bottom left, Team BMRL, for 15% off. Get one and get to racing. But we will see y'all next week in Phoenix to crown a champion in the truck series.